All right. Welcome to another Woods Report. A lot going on.
So much that you don't even have time to even tell it.
It's a lot going on.
Continue each day.
We got to go through these things, boy. Unless we get off and start talking about something.
Yeah, that's what holds us back.
Usually if I start talking about Trump or something, that gets me going.
Oh, okay.
Got to get my crawl going and not just...
You sound like Joy on The View.
What?
And Anna. You sound like Joy on The View when they talk about Trump because she just gets roused up. And on Anna when they talk about DeSantis.
Oh, she don't. Oh, that's because she's in Florida.
Okay.
But he hasn't been doing a lot, so.
She's happy. His numbers are going down.
Yeah, he hasn't been saying a lot.
We'll see what he says tonight.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that, the debate tonight. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk. It's a lot of stuff in the news right now. A lot of stuff in the news. So let's start off by talking about Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, what's going on with him?
All right, let me go to the thing because I always forget to put him up or put up whoever we talk about. His afro's so big it's coming out the picture. Ridiculous.
Halfway off the page. You talking about my hair?
That's J. Cole and Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
And he got the locks when you were saying the Crown Act would protect J. Cole.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him in school.
Right. The black boy who they kicking out, his is all neat and stuff.
Thank you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's just
we got to wait for an update for that one.
So, what's up, everybody? If anybody's coming in, J. Cole. J. Cole is a famous rapper. Because you was asking who was J. Cole.
I wonder was he in my list of rappers when I would add to my purple book. I need to pull that back out.
He might be because I've said his name before.
I would add names, all the rappers that she talk about, male,
that
female,
she don't know,
that I've never heard of or not familiar with. I would write their names.
He has like a cult following, huge following, like Travis.
Okay,
you didn't know him until the Astrodome scandal.
Excuse me.
But he was famous before that. So same as J. Cole, he's very famous.
Okay,
famous rapper. Emerald says, "Hey, ladies." Hey, Emerald. So. We keeping you up?
Oh, Lord, yes.
So J. Cole, apparently J. Cole and Colin Kaepernick are friends.
Mm-hmm. Is J. Cole biracial too?
Two light-skinned brothers. Light-skinned got to stick together.
Oh, to the people.
The dark-skinned brothers kicking them to the curb. So the light-skinned brothers are holding on.
The dark-skinned brothers trust the light-skinned brothers.
They hold on.
Oh my God!
But right now they getting all that heck beat out of them.
I know. People are loving black brothers,
dark skinned brothers.
Yes,
but the light skinned brothers are sticking together. So apparently, Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter. Okay, well, you know that Aaron Rodgers got injured.
Yeah, all that money going to him, and he ain't even playing.
Right. So Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter to their coach or the owner. I don't know who it is. It's one of them, y'all. I'll look at it on the Aaron story. Mm-hmm. And he must have shared it with J. Cole, his friend. And so J. Cole asked Colin Kaepernick if he could share this letter publicly with the public. And Colin Kaepernick told him yes, he can.
Okay.
Now, I want to go on record, just like I told you. I don't like these 1960 afros.
What is wrong with this?
She has one of those.
This afro
that she wears. She'll put it on her head.
I have an afro wig, but my afro is truly like the 70s, where it was every hair in place. His is pretty free, a little bit.
No, that's every hair in place.
Leave him alone. He's known for that afro.
That's Good Times when
no, that's the Silvers.
No,
and the
I'm
Jackson
saying
5.
when Martin was who was saying talking about Gina's afro, Gina's and
like
Martin.
Florida's.
Martin said, but her afro was tight.
It was tight, Gina. It was tight.
That's his
Angela
afro.
Davis size.
That's an Angela Davis afro.
But he's known for it. So now it's either that or
keep the
braids.
Keep the braids.
I like the afro too.
All right, well, whatever. I just wanted, before I started getting to the story.
I can tell you now, I bet his afro is real soft, his hair. My afro is like a Brillo pad.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So I'm thinking, he's the guy with the afro. So he's Militant Kaepernick when he wears the afro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
did they tell you what's in this letter?
Well, we're gonna talk about it. So the New York Jets, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, he basically says, I hope there's a spot out there for my boy Cap. That's what J. Cole posted that letter asking. Mm-hmm. On Tuesday, Cole posted a letter that he said he obtained from an exiled NFL quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, in which the player who famously got sidelined after taking a knee during the national anthem in protest of police brutality and racial inequality in 2016, offered up his services to the Jets in the wake of the Week 1 injury to Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Kaepernick opted out of his contract with the 49ers in 2017 after his protest made international headlines and offered himself up as a free agent. But the 6-year veteran has not had any offers from any NFL team since.
I feel like he's still on his knees begging. Please let me play. This is not for the black people anymore.
Everybody was fine.
I need a job.
All right, we were fine. I didn't agree with the protest, but I agree with him saying that I felt he had the right to do what he wanted to do.
Okay.
I didn't support it, just like I didn't support all the people.
I didn't like what happened to him,
right,
because of that, and he was blackballed for a little bit.
Exactly. I didn't like that. Right.
But I'm thinking, how long ago was that? He's still trying to play. Are you even in shape?
Well, hold on. He's in shape. The thing that I was saying, I'm going back here.
Okay.
So I supported that. I was like, that's fine. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Then Comb Over came. You know, he got to be in every story. And they boycotted the NFL, his people.
He made that
because all the teams started supporting the protest.
Exactly.
So then both sides was boycotting the NFL.
Thank you.
I never boycotted the NFL. I kept watching the game. I thought it was both sides were dumb. I knew every black dude that was talking about he wasn't going to watch the NFL would be back in a year. They have nothing else to talk about, most men, but football.
Okay.
So every dude that was out there talking about he ain't going to watch football no more, I laughed. Because I figured, dude, you could barely hold. You was going into convulsions the one year you did it. I knew you weren't going to be able to do two. Uh-huh. So I knew that wasn't going to
That was one boycott that would really hurt.
That was dumb. And I always said I would boycott the NFL if the players boycotted. Mm-hmm. I always said that. If they walk off, then I'm supporting it. Because that's their job. Just like the UAW or any, if they
feel like they're unfairly not treated well,
then you boycott. I'm not boycotting, and you still making millions of dollars and working. Oh no! So that's why I said I'm not boycotting the NFL or anything where the worker isn't boycotting. I'm not boycotting. So that was number one. So everybody was that, and he's always been the quiet guy who. I think he was thrust into this whole thing of him supposed to be a spokesperson for this whole boycott. That's not Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick was like, I just want to play football. I saw this police brutality thing. I thought, if I did take a knee, put my hand up, maybe that'll bring attention to it. Once he
started to see that opened,
it was a snowball down a hill.
Yeah, even to his career being
that's over, dude. Yeah. So from there on, everybody was still like, okay, well, give him a job back. Mm-hmm. Give him his job back. Some team take him.
No coach would touch him.
He's still good. I understood that because it's too much that comes with him.
Well, the sad thing about it is that we've heard of other players that's just worse than him.
Right.
What's the dude's name that ran off the field with his shirt off?
Yeah.
And some problems with him. But
he's good.
Right. So a lot of people even had
Antonio Brown.
Threw shade at Kaepernick because they felt like he wasn't like a Tom Brady level.
Yeah, you can't.
Like if
Brady kneeled,
you'd be like,
and put his hand up. I don't know what to do.
Wow.
I'll be like those mega people when the two Clash Titans come again. I don't know.
But on the other hand, you was upset back in the day when they got, what's his name, with the dog fighting?
Michael Vick.
he was a good player.
Well, there's two different colors there. That's we have we gotta you gotta forget.
Kaepernick is on the black side though. That's how they treated him like that.
But he's not.
If he was a Tom Brady side,
well, that's what I'm saying.
More of the Tom Brady side, embracing that side of his biracial color.
Yeah. You black too? Get out of here.
That's it. You out of there.
But anyway, but even Michael Vick at his best, he wasn't what they would have considered somebody who they would have
took a chance on.
Jumped through hoops.
Well,
but he did come back.
Yeah,
because he's good,
and he was still guilty. Because animal rights people ate him alive.
Michael Vick is still the best,
he's
but
still
anyway.
Good, though. Okay.
So everybody was still kind of like, okay, cool, Kaepernick. But then he won a lawsuit. They settled.
Yeah.
And they gave him money.
So he just need to
Why would you ask for a job back at a company you sued?
Yeah. That don't make sense.
Who's advising these guys?
I don't know.
So then,
his PR person missed the mark there.
Did he ask his stupid girlfriend who I don't like?
Who has gotten him in trouble.
All right.
Okay.
So J. Cole, I don't know. Okay. She's a dumb bunny. She the one telling everybody to boycott the Super Bowl when Big Boy from Outkast boycott him because he was performing at the Super Bowl. I said, if you don't sit you ain't even black, and you telling black people to boycott somebody who we know is black in our community. Get out of here. But anyway,
go ahead.
So J. Cole asked Colin if he could share the letter to the world.
Please.
He was reluctant. But stupid old J. Cole pushed him.
Said no.
He said, my argument was that I believe people in all organizations should know the truth about how hard he works and how much he still wants to play and always has. In the end, he agreed. J. Cole, you messed up. Colin was fine until your big dumb head came and forced him to put that letter
up again.
Now you put the spotlight. In the note, the former San Francisco 49er quarterback, that's Kaepernick, told the Jets general manager, that's who it went to, Joe Douglas, that he would be honored and extremely grateful for the opportunity to come in and lead the practice squad.
Lead them to do what?
All right, lead the practice squad. At press time, I was like, what you doing?
I had lint on my shirt.
At press time, it did not appear that Kaepernick had posted the letter on his socials or commented on Cole posting it. I'm writing, of course, in response to the unfortunate loss of Aaron Rodgers. I know the aspirations this season's were and still are to win a championship. And so that Hall of Fame sized hole will need to be filled as best as possible to keep the team on a Super Bowl track, Kaepernick wrote in the note. A legendary Rodgers, who went down with a torn Achilles tendon just 4 plays into his first season with the Jets. That's because he was a Packer. We know we are Bears fans over here. We love when they get taken off the field on any team.
Wow. Okay.
As of right now, Zach Wilson is charged with that task. And I wish him the rest of the team the best moving forward, Kaepernick continued. However, I know that there are currently depth issues at the position, and I've heard that the backup spot is likely to be filled by a veteran quarterback. As much as I would love the opportunity to fill that spot, I'm writing you in hopes that you can imagine a much different approach involving me. Cap said he would be happy to lead the practice squad in an effort to help the team's defense be ready each week by moving them. Oh, you and your everything.
I ain't doing nothing.
All right.
What can I do while you're reading?
I don't know, but I can see you in the corner of my eye. What's his name? The comedian.
Peripheral vision.
What's his name? The pimp.
Pimp down.
Pimp comedian. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Pimp down.
He said
Cap.
We talking about Cap too. What's his name? What's the Cat Williams?
Cat Williams.
He talking about, dude, I see you in my peripheral vision. He said, y'all some ignorant. He said N-word.
Even know what
he said, you ready to fight because somebody told you they see you in their peripheral vision. Talking about, man, don't be calling me peripheral. I know what that means. Talking about I'm peripheral. He said, you one dumb nigga. Anyway, so I see you in my peripheral vision. Anyway, to sum this up, he's begging in this letter. I think to come. Can I lead your practice squad? In other words, while they're practicing, they need a good quarterback out there to throw at him. He wants to be the practice quarterback.
He desperate now. Leave it alone.
Look, you said crazy guy. You said his name, Antonio Brown.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing off league. There's other leagues. You don't have to play in the NFL. He's good, though. So
where did he go?
He's playing in an off league.
They didn't want to take a chance with his. He got too much going on.
But off leagues will take him.
Well,
so play in that or go overseas and play. Mm-hmm. You already got money from him. Who sues a company and comes back and tries to run with it?
It's unheard of. It's unheard of. The moment that lawsuit opens up, and
it's
even
over.
Before that, when you were blackballed, a lot of people still didn't want you. Even though the one coach did come back and apologize because it was not that extreme that they needed to do that. But after all of what he's gone through, dude, move on. Go teach at high school or something. Or maybe take a coaching job in the little league or something.
Thank you.
Something.
All right, y'all. So
he got money.
Yes.
Right? The lawsuit gave him money.
$10 million. I think he got $10 million.
I don't know why. It feels like he's begging now.
He's begging.
And now I feel bad for you.
Now you just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just go away.
You know, take some pride in yourself and move on.
Move on. You already, and then you called them racist. Yeah. You said the NFL was a plantation. You trying to get back on the plantation?
Maybe you should work with
You know what he is? He's one of those guys that got away in slavery, get out in the woods and come back because he feel like he gonna die out there. And then he comes back to the plantation, and then Master say what you want. He say, "Please, Master, take me back.
Take me back, Master."
Well, you know you got to get whipped for that, right? You know you're not gonna just run it. I got to teach you a lesson. Yeah. So he think even if they was gonna bring him back, he not gonna get taught a lesson. He think they not gonna put him on national television for him to say, "I never should have kneeled. I never should have put my hand up. I was wrong. Mm-hmm. I should have went at it another way." He think he just gonna come back and nothing. I
am losing respect for him.
I never had
I think I did at the beginning.
We were different. I never had it.
I thought when he first did it, he was starting something. But now I don't feel like, you know how people, trailblazers, they're going to take a lot of heat as a trailblazer because they blazing through, they making things happening, and they have I
don't think he knew that was going to happen to him, though.
He didn't want that. Strong enough to be a trailblazer. Now you need to join a team or a group of people that are trying to make changes to the NFL. Maybe there's a group that's probably out there
and
now.
And your voice there.
Yeah, because you've already started it.
Exactly.
Go back to doing that, Colin.
Exactly.
Quit begging to be on a team.
Practice the quarterback.
And to fill the practice shoes of
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't really care for Aaron, but Aaron is a good player.
He was a Packer.
He's a Packer. He's still good, though.
Cheesehead.
Don't even try to come in his shoes to do some little I'll here be practicing with you.
Yeah,
no.
All right, here we go.
Okay, cool.
Everybody saying hi to each other. Emerald says hi. William says hello, ladies. Hey, William.
Hey, everybody.
Emerald says he wears both fro and braids.
Thank you.
I like the braids.
I like both.
I don't like a 70s afro.
I don't care. This is a new day now.
She got one. That's why she take it up.
No, but the young people wearing it and the guys wearing it, that's cool. I like that.
Why don't you put on some stacks and some bell bottoms?
That's still in.
All right.
Thank you.
And a crochet jacket.
That's still in. I'm looking for one. Those vests that they would wear.
William says, you know you're desperate when you are still asking to play. Kind of like asking your mom to ask the coach to let you play.
Yes. Mom, can you talk to coach?
He's the guy sitting on the side with his grandmother outside with her house shoes on
her shirt.
Ass coming out, begging, can you let my boy play? I only got a few years left to live.
Coach, please let him in. Let him play.
Ma'am, I can't. He's not good.
He's not good.
No, just let him come out. He don't even have to play. He'll just give water to the guys as they come out.
Water Boy. Remember that movie, Water Boy?
Stupid. Everybody say hi to everybody. Justice for All says, I agree that he shouldn't have made the letter public, but I think that he just loves the game so much that he's willing to risk public humiliation. He would probably work for free. That's the problem. If you honestly love the game, guys, and that's no problem with that, there's other leagues.
No, but
they're not the NFL, but you can play. You can play overseas.
I'm saying don't even. I mean, if you love the game.
I'm saying if you love the game. Okay, if you want to play the game.
That's one option. But I'm thinking my other option is go coach the high school.
Yeah,
coach junior high boys.
Did Charlamagne say that? Somebody said
go
that.
Coach.
He need to go coach or something.
Yeah, because you're still in there. You're still telling people what to do. They'll look at you too, man.
Go coach
you started something you're known.
Go coach at a HBCU.
Yeah,
just like Deion Sanders did.
Yeah.
How about that, Kaepernick?
You be in the game still. You know
then you can wear your big giant afro. You're at the HBCU. Everybody's soul man in
Hey, Colin.
And when they come out, when they run out, they'll run out with their hands up. HBCU.
Thank you. So it's time to move on.
Move on.
Shake yourself. Let yourself go.
Or if you still want to play because you're in shape, go to another league. It doesn't have to be the NFL. Or go overseas and play.
Don't go to Russia.
If you love the game, don't go to Russia.
Stay away from Russia. Maybe
if he go,
know what country.
Let me tell you something, buddy.
Australia.
Word to the
Canada.
wise.
Go to Canada.
Word to the wise. He could go to Canada. Word to the wise. They barely wanted to let Brittany go.
I know.
And she didn't have her hair cut.
We had to negotiate.
Brittany still looked like a woman then. If Brittany had her hair cut like how it is now, she'd still be in Russia.
Oh,
who would have been like, oh, hell to the no, to the no. But she had sense enough to keep her hair long and look like a woman.
And we had to trade somebody with her for her. So
nothing. A guy who's a criminal.
At least 2 countries to stay away
They
from.
not trade nobody for you. I can tell you that now.
And don't go to North Korea. We know one of our little military men.
North Korea, they would like him.
Well, Fat Boy would love him. Play on what team? They don't even have a team.
He'll build a whole team. This guy will have them. They'll be out there. He'll be pulling guys all over the country to play with him, whether they want to play or not. Some big guy that's a farm guy that works at home. And Kim Jong-un would have a gun come to his ranch. Get out of it. Get over there and play with him.
I command you as a what do you call them?
The
leaders, the mean leaders.
He's a ruler.
Yeah. I command you as your ruler to go play with that college guy.
Every fat guy in Korea will be on that team.
Okay.
Oh, and that'll be a good team too, probably. He'll probably be like, I'll play your best team in the United States against my team with Kaepernick.
Lord.
He could go anywhere.
And he'll be another brother going over there that's running from the prejudice and the issues that we having in this country. Like that black military man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
William says, open your own camp. That's a good one, too. He can open a football camp.
Use some of that money that you won in the lawsuit.
That's a very good idea. Open up a football camp for young black boys. You put your hand up for police brutality. Keep them off the street. So they don't have to deal with the police.
Come on, Colin.
There you go.
Stop writing a letter.
Justice Falls said, learn rugby. That's true. Learn a new sport.
Or pickleball.
Pickleball, like Jamie Foxx is supposed to be playing. Jamie Foxx is laying up in a hospital with tubes sticking out of his mouth. His daughter saying he's out playing pickleball.
Really? You got to move on that one. It's kind of like tennis / badminton.
That's it, pickleball. You got a good one, Norm.
Okay.
But rugby's still kind of,
Okay.
It's a rough sport. All right, y'all. That's it for him. It's just begging.
Okay. Move on.
All right, move on, y'all. So we move on quickly through these. The debate is tonight.
Okay. We're going to all watch it.
You had a drinking game.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. Let's see if they asked them anything about this. This is a Republican debate. These are the people that's on it. You see them on there.
What's his name didn't make
it. He made it. You sure?
No, the other guy, the other white guy.
This guy right here in the corner.
It was 2 of. No, because that's
you do the old picture. Okay.
It was another one. Yeah.
All right.
This is the newer one. They said
so. That guy made it right here.
His name not Asa.
That guy.
It was the other.
He was funny last time, so he made it.
No, it was another white guy too. It was 9 of them.
No, I know the other ones. I know the one that Trump hates that don't like him.
He didn't make it. Whoever his name was, he didn't make it. I think it was Asa.
He didn't make it.
Now this guy apparently did.
All right, so let's go through these bunch of I don't know what you want to call them.
We'll hear what they got to say.
DeSantis.
How stiff will he be?
No. He's going to talk about how he's done a lot of stuff in Florida, and he's going to do the same thing for the United States, which is cripple the country.
He ain't going to admit
that. He's going to take Black history out of every school in the United States.
They tackle those questions because they really did a lot in the first debate. They talked about immigration, right? Yeah. They talked about maybe the economy.
No, they got to talk about
that, like the UAW thing.
They got to talk about that,
the strike.
Mm-hmm. Do you support the strike? Are you against the strike? Mm-hmm. Remember, I asked you that with Nikki Haley. Mm-hmm. Are you anti-strike or are you anti-automobile strike?
Like you like unions.
Are you anti-union?
This particular one is not favorable.
Are you for the teachers' union? Mm. Are you for the police?
Are you for unions in general?
Are you a union person? Mm-hmm. You just don't like that union.
Or when unions, you don't support the unions when they're not asking, when they're like the things that they're asking for is just really beyond. Okay.
Well, Biden went on record and said he thinks they should get the 40% increase. I did that first, and then I looked at the history of this.
Look at how much money
the history
they made.
Why? Right, but did you know they took a pay cut?
Yeah,
years ago.
I heard that.
So the 40% is just bringing them current
back to where they need to be because they was down here taking that cut. He's just saying 40% would bring
them where they supposed to be,
and to where they supposed to be, and a little like a lift,
like a raise.
One of the companies said 25 or 30.
I didn't know
they
that.
They didn't say 40. So
no. But Biden said 40%. He agrees with them saying 40%.
Let's see.
And that's because if you look at the history, they took a pay cut. Mm-hmm. And the 40% will get them where they're supposed to be at this particular day.
That needs to be brought out more.
I think people need to talk about that more.
They said I thought Ford was saying yes to everything.
And you have to look at the books if you can afford it.
That's what the leader of the UAW, one of the main reps, was saying, that we've seen how much money they've made in the last 4 or 5 years. They can afford it.
And at first, because, I told you I don't like Biden either. I don't like none of them. But I have to give him some credit. Remember, I said I didn't like how he was going there to talk to them. The same thing Comeover was saying, when you're going to replace them with electric cars. I didn't know they're building a warehouse. I mean, not a warehouse, a company now that's going to do batteries here.
Right.
So they won't have to do them in China.
Right. Because they're trying, I think the main
So he wants electric cars, but he wants everything done here.
Yeah.
So all of the cars all of the work that they're doing on the gas cars, he wants those workers to shift in small intervals and start learning and working on electrical cars.
Right. We won't talk about AI right now. We got a little ways to go for that.
The problem is, and this is the problem that Biden has.
If they start the electrical companies,
why do you need humans?
They may start out with AIs
running it. And why do you need a human? Yeah. You don't need a human for that. No. An AR car has no design, it's all the same.
And a machine don't ask about 40% raise and medical.
Wouldn't it be funny if AI started asking for raises and stuff? We talking about AI is the answer.
Will strike.
And then the machine starts thinking to itself, hey, wait a minute here. We need better conditions going on here. I get overheated sometimes, and all this.
My right arm is not moving as fast. They need to replace this.
And you guys are using old parts to replace us.
Who's going to compute? Who's going to program them to think that
You
way?
already programming them to think better all the time.
I think you can get away with it because you would program them just for that specific need.
Well, you have to program a stupid computer.
That's it. Just do.
That movie we going to see with the movie we going to see with Denzel's son,
the creator.
The AI is doing what I'm saying.
That little boy is.
No, you create it, but then it starts computing and going, wait a minute here. Why don't we just get rid of you guys?
Did that already in iRobot.
iRobot.
With Will Smith.
But Will Smith, before he slapped Chris Rock, he was right there to save the world like he did at Independence Day. I know. But anyway, so it's a 2-hour debate. It'll start at 8 o'clock because you was asking tonight.
Okay, good.
It's going to be moderated by Fox Business Network, and the host will be Stuart Varney and Fox News Channel Dana Perino.
Please.
Ooh, Dana Perino is going to be one.
Please, moderators, set them straight, keep them focused. When they get off the subject, when they don't answer, make them answer.
Well,
when
Dana's
they go over
good.
their time,
Dana's
ding,
good.
ding, if you got to do it your own self.
Let's see. Dana's argumentative. So let's see how this
Come
on
with it.
The event will take place on the Fox News channel. Let's see. They partner with Rumble. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, with last month's debate, the Republican National Committee partnered with Rumble. Now, Rumble, you don't know what it is. That's another live stream thing. Okay, it's like YouTube. RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel said earlier this year this was a decision aimed toward getting away from the big tech. Now, it's going to be in California. That's different than Wisconsin. Something. No, that was the Ronald Reagan Presidential
Library. Ronald Reagan Library.
California is different than where it was last time. Wisconsin is Republican. Mm-hmm.
Where they going now is not. I thought that they were letting.
Saying they're gonna be in California,
but they letting a mixture of people in there.
Okay,
to
some in the field also make references on the stump of the 40th president, who for decades has loomed large over the Republican politics, Ronald Reagan. Let's see, Florida Ron DeSantis framed himself as the possible Reagan figure. No, you're not. How does he think he's Ronald Reagan? He doesn't. He's not like Ronald Reagan.
No, he has a point.
How?
I actually sat and watched the documentary.
Is he close to him?
The documentary for how Essence Magazine got started.
Okay.
And Essence Magazine went through their seasons of chief. I didn't know 5 black men started Essence Magazine. Of course, they battled it out later.
Right.
But they was referencing Reagan and some of the stuff comments he was making about black women. Mm-hmm. And they had to as far as the magazine and how they carried it, they had to, because they were doing positive messaging for black women, and he was doing negative. He was pretty much blaming black women. Yes, Ronald Reagan was blaming black women for welfare. We're the queens of welfare.
So that's all why they did Essence.
DeSantis is kind of like him.
Oh.
Yes, he is. He has that same spirit. Because Ronald was even hard when it came to foreign affairs. Shoot them when they come over the thing.
You're right.
He's like Reagan.
Reagan would say shoot them as they come over the border.
Yes, as they come over the border,
immigrants.
Get them all.
You know what? He is like
Ronald
Reagan.
He has some similarities to Reagan.
And he's stiff.
Yes.
Ronald Reagan was stiff too.
Even as an actor.
And he has a full head of hair. Like Ronald Reagan.
He's reincarnated as DeSantis.
You're right.
So they have similarities. I didn't realize Ronald Reagan was really negative at the time about black women and welfare.
Well,
baby's mamas kind of thing.
Black people
like,
don't really
Reagan,
like Reagan,
you are wrong.
Wow.
And what Essence had to deal with that and try to get that, image of us, keep us lifted,
Okay, so let's see. So let's see if maybe that's what he's trying to pull the people who like Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley, let's see what she does tonight.
She did well last time.
You may not agree with her, but she seems to be the one that understands that she has to work with everybody.
Yes.
To me, she understands what you're supposed to do to be the president.
Exactly.
But let's see how she is. I'm watching her closely on her ideas of Social Security and unions. Mm-hmm. She's already talked about abortion and what she thinks about
her
that.
Stance on that.
And what is her thing on immigrants? I know she feels like Biden isn't doing enough. What's her thought? What is she going to do?
Well, all of their thoughts.
Right.
I'm curious.
Now, this big dummy right here, Tim Scott, this guy thinks all the strikers should be fired. That was the dumbest move.
He has to speak to that tonight.
He's going to backtrack. Watch. When I said I meant they should be fired, like Ronald Reagan.
I meant if they were coming at the table with unrealistic requests.
I'm talking about the angry ones, not the ones that's peaceful. The angry ones that's out there. That's
causing,
striking.
stirring up some mess.
And then Kima Makami, Ramashumakana, the one who doesn't believe that white supremacy exists.
Tackle him with any of his
Are they going to ask him, number one, you want to get rid of DACA, or you want to get rid of children born from immigrants when you was born from an immigrant, and you were a citizen because of that, you big giant head. Number two, your dad still ain't a citizen.
Do they have the news on that? They may bring it up, they may not.
Number three,
or one of the other candidaats may say something to him.
Hey,
your dad's not even a
citizen. It'll probably be Ronald Reagan guy. Your dad's still not a citizen. And so I tell you one thing, if Kima Sami's father was in Florida, I'll have him shipped out. He would have been gone 20 years ago.
Martha's Vineyard.
Kima Sami's father would have been put on the bus like everybody else and sent to Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
And affirmative action. You don't agree with affirmative action, but you took part of it. That's how you got to do your scholarship.
And even though you took advantage of people to get your millions.
You are a person that we call a crab.
Yeah.
You are the worst ones. You're the crabs in the bucket. Well, no, he's the crab that got out and won't even reach back and help nobody else.
Exactly. He's on his own.
He's the guy that escapes a plantation and then tells everybody the other ones is planning to come with me. Hey, go get them. No, it's about 200 of them back there. Then I can keep going north.
Exactly. Nobody will follow him because he was told on everybody else. Go ahead.
And Tim Scott is the house Negro. He's the one that's telling who's leaving. At least Ramaswamy Kakumakama got out, and
Now the question did come up with Tim Scott when they were talking on The View about are we okay? How are we feeling as Americans with having a single president, not married?
A single, allegedly straight.
He's supposed to be dating
Where's
someone.
this woman he's dating?
His friends are even saying, we haven't even seen him.
Nobody's seen her. She's a ghost.
We haven't seen him with anybody. Who is he dating?
In a whole world, in his whole life, you've never seen him with anybody.
But it shouldn't be a problem unless he's like comb over when it comes to women. If he's like Clinton.
If he's
that kind of man, I mean, it's a single man, you can't kind of tell.
We would know.
Yeah, he'll be a president.
Somebody would have been putting a book out by now talking about his beaver teeth. And
what about Pence?
Pence is going to stay the same. He's going to push. Look, if it wasn't for me, he's not going to say this, but words is going to be similar. You guys would have had Trump as president. I talked to my mother, my wife, and she told me...
You call her mother, don't you?
That's his mother. She told me, Pence, what would the Lord Jesus do? He would never let Trump bag him into a corner and force him to allow him to be president of the United States.
So he'll probably bring that up again and how he saved America.
He saved America.
Our democracy.
And those guys who was trying to get in on January 6th, they wasn't trying to hang me. They was just upset.
Yeah,
I've already forgiven them. The Lord Jesus told me to forgive them, and I've forgiven them. That's his mark.
Okay.
No exceptions to abortion. DeSantis wants to give 5 weeks, and Nikki Haley wants to say, in case of our word, the mother's life and all of this. Yeah. She's not a pro-lifer. I'm a pro-lifer.
Pence will say that. He can use that as his argument.
He'll use that as his argument.
Now, what about Fred Flintstone?
And that old Fred Flintstone there.
His same argument.
All I'm here is just to tell y'all, don't vote for Trump. You don't have to vote for me. I don't care. You can boo me out of the country. If you vote, he'll bring up all the stuff we've been talking about. Yes. He can't even do business in New York anymore.
Exactly.
He's so
all
bad.
The recent updates that we need to hear.
He's so bad. The judge didn't even need to go to court. He looked at the papers that was in front of him and said,
and made the decision.
This guy is more of what he did. So we talked about how he inflated his property, right? Well, not only did he inflate it, when it came to the tax people, he deflated it.
Yeah. So he'll talk about that.
1 minute his property's worth $200 million. The next minute it's worth 10. The next minute it's worth 200,000. depending on who he's talking to.
So let's see if he brings up anything like that. With recent activities with Trump.
All Trump.
Let's see if they even talk about Menendez, because that's his state.
Oh,
that's his state, New Jersey. If
He's
they all they may ask that question to all of them.
They're going to ask them.
Menendez needs to sit down.
And when Wendy told us that he's the one that closed the Shanquilla Robinson
because
case,
he was over the foreign affairs.
Get out of here. He can go to jail.
That would make sense because he in that committee. That's what he made the decision to do.
Well, get rid of him. I don't care about him.
Move our picture. This last guy.
I can't even remember him.
Name, y'all? That's sad.
He's nobody.
I
don't even remember. But he was funny last time.
He was good. He made some good points.
But we don't care about him. Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Tim.
Justice for All says the new guy looks like Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
He sure does. That's what we gonna call him.
We don't know what Fonz is gonna talk about. Hey. All right. Okay. You want to step outside with Nicki Minaj's husband? That's what he is. Outside.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead.
I got to get out of here. All right, here we go. William says the machine doesn't have attitudes. That's the machine workers, the AI. They work 24 hours a day with no bathroom breaks. And then he says Tim has the mentality of what he is attracted to. We don't know what that is, though.
He claims he has a woman.
And then he says Tim's going to bring up the single mom agenda. Oh, you're right, William. I forgot.
You know what? I was raised with a single mother. We're going to hear
and, 5 times.
She took really good care of me, and she was by herself.
Take a drink. How many times? It's a drinking game. Tim Scott talks about his single mom. He grew up in the hood.
Fred Flintstone talks about Trump.
Pence talks about being godly being saved.
Saving America.
Ramaswamy talks about the youth and how he's the front runner and he's not part of the establishment.
I represent the young people. Yeah. The new generation.
Nikki Haley, what is she gonna do?
She'll just give truth and probably spur out, she'll blurt out still things that Republicans need help with. And then
Ron DeSantis talks about how he saved Florida. You need to come back to Florida.
This will be an interesting debate.
All right, y'all. That's good.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. But that was a good one he is going to bring up. All right, y'all. I had to get to this story. Philadelphia is burning. I wish Wendy was in here because this is where she lives.
They mad? Are they rioting?
It's rioting and all kind of stuff going on. They have to have
whenever
police.
They acquit officers who we've seen with our own eyes have done wrong.
Okay.
It's the whole Rodney thing again.
A judge dismissed a case against a former Philadelphia police officer who had been charged with the M word in connection to the death of Eddie Azzaro. Ari Azzaro? I hope I'm saying his name right. Mark Dial had been charged earlier this month with the M word, voluntarily taking this boy's life, aggravated assault, and possessing an instrument of crime, simple assault, reckless endangerment, and another person, official oppression in the August 14th shooting. Judge Wendy Pugh dismissed the case during a preliminary hearing on Tuesday, citing lack of evidence, court records show. Originally, police said that the 27-year-old was outside the car and he was killed after lunging at the police with a knife. But 2 days later, the department acknowledged that he was shot while inside the car. And announcing the charges, the Philadelphia District Attorney, Larry Krasner, released footage from the body cam showing the second officer who was at the scene, warning the video will in some ways be traumatic. Well, I'm not going to show it. The Philadelphia District Attorney Office said it disagrees with the judge's decisions. The office has since refiled criminal complaint against Dial on all charges. The Court of Common Plea was scheduled a hearing on motion for October 25th. Now, the footage shows Dial getting out of his cruiser, that's the police officer, and approaching this young guy in his car with his gun drawn. You know how they always are, ready to shoot. He said, "I will effing shoot you," he says, before firing into the front driver's seat where the guy was seated. Prior to the shots being fired, an officer can be heard yelling at Azario to show his hands. Dial fired 6 shots at close range. Brian, one of the Dial's attorneys, said they were elated at the judge's decision and said the officer was acting in self-defense. We have said from the very beginning that this is a tragedy, not a crime, he told reporters while leaving the courthouse on Tuesday. So, basically, just to sum it up, let me tell you what it showed.
Self-defense.
Actually, wow.
Did he think the car was going to run him over like he did that, like they did that black girl that was in
No. Let me see if I have.
Oh, the video? We have it.
Hold on.
Keyed up.
Philadelphia, a judge dismissing all charges against a police officer who fatally shot a driver during a traffic stop. There were cheers in the courtroom and cries from that driver's family. ABC's Stephanie Ramos in Philadelphia tonight.
Tonight, a stunning turn in the case against Philadelphia police officer Mark.
Now, where in that video did you see him getting out the car and lunging towards the police? You didn't see that, did you?
No.
Where in that video was his window down? His window was up.
Right.
So even if he had a knife, what is he going to do with a knife with the window rolled up?
Thank you.
And the door closed?
He didn't show any kind of threat.
All right, here we go.
Dial, who was facing a murder charge for killing 27-year-old Eddie Irizarry last month. The judge dismissing the case at a preliminary hearing today, citing a lack of evidence.
How can it be lack of evidence? The evidence is there in your face.
The evidence included police body camera videos and this security video that shows Officer Dial and his partner pull Irizarry over for driving erratically. Officer Dial firing 6 shots within 7 seconds of encountering Irizarry. The defense argued the videos show Officer Dial retreating as he was shooting, his partner yelling, "He's got a gun."
Now, not only is he a weak police officer, there's a lot of good police officers. This guy is a horrible police officer.
He don't need to be in this type of
He doesn't need to be a police officer.
And the way he was running away.
He thinking somebody shooting at him. And he didn't laid him out 6 shots and he dying in the front seat.
You think he like...
you're shooting? Who you think is shooting at you? Yourself?
He think he like 50 Cent, where 50 Cent took how many shots and was still not dead? Is he thinking that? I took how many shots and he could still come at me.
First of all, you know why they pulled him over? You know how this all started?
Traffic violation.
He was going down the wrong way on the street.
So he misled. I've done that a few times.
But why would you get out with
it was a one-way street.
Why would you get out like that over that? You're not chasing somebody who just off somebody.
That
you escalated that.
I thought that's
a traffic stop.
One of the main things that I thought they were taught in school is to de-escalate. So if no movement is coming out the car, he's not already a threat to you. So how is a threat? What judge did this?
I just read it.
What judge did this? Please keep.
All right,
it's got to go higher court.
Irizarry did not have a gun, but he did have a knife by his side.
Hearing gun, seeing gun, he fired. Like I said, it's heartbreaking. It's a tragedy, but not a crime.
Did you hear what this lawyer just said? Hearing gun, seeing gun. Where did he hear a gun?
The only shooting.
Where did he see a gun?
The only shooting and holding a gun
was the police
officers. What is wrong with them?
All right, here we go.
This is truly not a good one.
The judge dismissing all charges despite police initially claiming Irizarry was shot outside his car after he, quote, lunged at police, changing their story after the videos clearly showed Irizarry.
Now, just for the sake of argument, because I'm not against police. Let's just go with what they said.
I'm against police that lie.
I know, but let's just go with what they said. Even if I went with what they said, right? Mm-hmm. He thought it was a gun.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. It was a knife. He thought it was a gun. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Even though the window's down. Whatever. I mean, up or whatever.
He said he was holding it?
When you say that he got out of the car and lunged at you, you are a liar.
So
any judge who read that statement and then said they recanted because they saw video showing they couldn't say that, Why would the judge throw that out?
But remember, we said, you guys, with the whole voting thing, we're not just voting for our president.
You voting for judges too.
You're voting for your local judges.
Thank you.
This is a local judge that probably should not have been voted back in.
Thank you.
Because technically, we all are seeing with our eyes, he's not using the law.
What are we looking at that she didn't look at?
Hopefully, he won't be voted back in.
All right, here we go.
God.
Zari never left his vehicle.
Look.
David, when the judge dismissed the case, the courtroom erupted on both sides. Tonight, the DA has already appealed to reinstate the charges, and a hearing is set for next month. The Philadelphia sheriff is urging people here to stay calm after this decision. David.
Stephanie Ramos, live in Philadelphia.
All right, so they...
And telling people to stay calm.
Because they've been rioting every day.
They probably will... When we're all that's why we wanted the cameras on every police officer.
They got the cameras.
No,
it didn't do no good.
This is the reason. Well, at least it's a start.
All right.
Now we all can see with our own eyes that they clearly did not tell the truth in their report. I'm trying to figure out because I watch so much TV now, Law and Order, all those shows, Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
The problem that they have is that this must have been a judge that was friendly with the whole police force. Had to be. And he makes the decision, drop it or if it's worth it. Or it was a lady. Mm-hmm. So I'm not understanding that. And we really got to be careful with the judges that come before us with cases like this. I do understand that their decision, that they can make a decision, but you can appeal it.
My thing is, I would have gone with the judge, even though I didn't think it was a mistake, to say it was a mistake. But when they said that he got out the car and lunged towards them, they lied.
They changed their story.
So that tells me they're liars.
Yeah.
And that's it.
At least held accountable for that.
At least say, I thought that was a gun. Yeah. That was on the side of him. I didn't know that was a knife.
I didn't want to chance it when I came up to the car.
But when you say he got out the car and lunged at you, you're a liar.
Because you probably would have...
Everything you say from there, I don't believe you.
But you know what? He probably would have gotten away with that he held that gun up because it was hard to see through the window.
He would have got away if he would have said, I thought that was a gun.
That he was holding up, and I didn't want to take a chance, so I went at him.
Oh, it was a knife. Oh, my God. Or even...
No. I'm saying if the lie that they told about him getting out was definitely an overkill.
Right.
But if they would have not said he got out the car when they came up to the car...
He didn't get out the car, Mom.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, what I was saying, Ma, is that if they probably would have gotten by with a lie or an exaggeration.
If they would have said they thought it was a gun.
I thought he had a gun while he was in the car.
Exactly.
And he could have shot me through the window.
Thank you.
And that's why I came at him with my gun.
Right.
But no, they said he got out the car.
And lunged towards them.
Did nobody see that?
The minute you take it to the level of lying, it's over. I don't believe anything you say from that moment on. You are a liar.
Yeah.
That's what the judge should have said.
Credibility is lost.
Why would the judge listen to anything they say when that part is wrong?
I know.
So that judge is wrong.
And that judge should have went by the fact that they changed their story.
And that judge needs to be out. They need to get rid of that judge.
Sit that judge down.
You got to get out of here.
We can't have judges that think that
so
way.
So not only are they going to say, we want the case to go to a higher court.
Yes.
We want that judge out of here.
Yes.
You got to go.
In the meantime,
you got to go.
As we appeal.
You're just like that 96-year-old judge that we were talking about the other day.
Well, I don't see him running.
You got to get out of here.
Is he at the car? I can't hardly tell.
All right. Justice for All says the officer walked right in front of the car. If the guy wanted to hurt the officer, he would have ran him over.
Or he could have used that one as a defense.
He could have used that one.
The car was still running.
I thought he was going to hit me, so I fired into the car. But to say he got that's not only all the other stuff.
Makes you want to scream.
Everybody's looking at the knife and I'm not looking at none of that. The minute they said he got out of the car and lunged at them, everything you say from that point on is a lie to me.
Yes.
As a judge, as a jury, as any, I don't care if you say he had a gun. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you say he had guys coming from the street ready to punch you.
Thank you.
Anything you say after that is a lie to me.
Exactly.
And you are going to pay for it.
And they should have questioned him when in the courtroom. Did they not show that video?
That's it.
They should have shown it scene by scene.
Did. They
and
showed
the judge
it.
would say, your report says he got out.
He got out the car and lunged at you.
I don't see him getting out.
Get out of
Can
here.
you explain? Well, officer, we made a mistake.
No, you're like Lauren Hobober. Until somebody put a camera that said you were groping the guy next to you and he was groping you. No, he wasn't. You're right here on film. Homina. There's no more. After that, I don't want to hear.
That song, It Wasn't Me.
It wasn't me. We saw you in the camera. It wasn't me.
In the back, what is it? All the places he went to with her, it wasn't me. That wasn't me.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
All right, let's move on. Something a little lighthearted. Because that made me so mad. Chloe.
She's gaining weight, though.
No, she's always been like that.
No, because she's her photogenic. Because her other picture that I have of her, her face wasn't as round.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Okay.
Chloe Bailey reveals Michael B. Jordan is her celebrity crush. Where's Emerald?
Is Emerald?
Is Emerald still on? I put this story up.
Emerald will understand because everybody has a crush on him.
She works while she's watching the show. I hope you have a customer right now, Emerald. You can't type anything. She loves Michael B. Jordan and says that he's going to be her husband. Well, Emerald, Chloe Bailey has something for you. She want to marry Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, so
she loves Michael B. Jordan. Oh, no, I thought you meant Emerald.
No, her.
No, Chloe. Chloe has a crush on him.
Okay.
She was being interviewed, and they asked her, does she have a celebrity crush? Now, she's 25, and Michael B. Jordan, I think, is 30-something, 36 or something. He might be like 10 years older than her. But anyway, she said she has a crush on Michael B. Jordan. Mm-hmm. And the person was like, really? Well, have you ever told him? Did you ever slide in his DMs? And she said, no. I would never do that. And then she said, well, you're gonna block God's blessing by doing that. And Chloe said, sometimes you block God's blessing by jumping and doing that, and he could have another blessing for you. You running after somebody else. Mm-hmm. But she's right.
She said a crush.
Right. She said crush. And she said the funny thing is, I've always had a crush on him for years, since she was little, probably. So, because remember he was in The Wire. You didn't watch The Wire.
I didn't watch The Wire.
He was young in The Wire.
Okay.
Yeah, same face, just no hair on his face.
Okay.
So funny. Y'all remember The Wire? That was Michael B. Jordan. That's the first time I saw Michael B. Jordan is in The Wire.
Okay.
But anyway, and I'm not telling if you have. Well, I'm not going to
answer.
What did Emerald say?
She said, "I'm here."
She said, "Yes, I am here." She has good taste. All right, Emerald. No, I'm just messing with you. But anyway, what do you think about that? Well, we say does he date black women? He dated Lauren, what's her name? Harvey. But they said that was just for show.
To me,
I think she a little too thick for him.
Yeah, she's probably too thick. But from what you showed me who she was with before, I don't think she likes bad boys.
Yeah, I don't know why I think she has a crush on him, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, his handsomeness and stuff.
Michael B. Jordan makes chocolate chip cookies. That's Michael B. Jordan.
And her sister seems to be like that with the good guys too, right? Because DDG is a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy too.
But from what you told me with her ex or the guy she's kind of was dating at one moment, she's with bad guys.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is not.
Michael is not her type.
No, he's not.
Oh, but that's cute though.
I think they're gonna. Let's see if he's says something about it. Because he needs the publicity of being with another black girl.
It's like when...
but she's so young now.
I know. It's like with... what's her name? The gospel singer. Yolanda Adams. She admitted she had a crush on Busta Rhymes.
Really?
Yes. I think for some reason, I like him too.
You did back in the day.
I'm attracted to Busta Rhymes. There's something about him. Yeah. And she said that. I went, okay, Yolanda Adams. Go ahead. She actually said it.
Who else is your celebrity crush? Busta Rhymes?
I like Busta Rhymes.
Still now or back then?
I like him when he had his locks.
He's younger Buster, not
handsome.
older Buster.
I don't know. I like him. I think he for some reason I'm attracted to him. You cracked on me for being attracted to.
Oh, I did. I used to like Michael Ealy.
You cracked on me for being, I don't know why I was at that time.
I like light-skinned man back then.
He was in before Tyler Perry's movie. He was in L.A. Law or what's that?
Bubblehead.
No, The Practice.
Bubblehead man.
The black guy. In The Practice. And
Michael. What's his name? His brother's famous.
Oh, are we talking about the same one?
Yes. His brother was in The Wire.
He has a brother?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. He was in Tyler Perry's Angry Woman, Diary of an Angry Black Woman.
Here he is.
His brother was in The Wire.
Yes.
I didn't know he had a brother. I liked him on The Practice.
Here is, what's his name? Keep going.
But she would crack on me for saying that. Because the guys, apparently the guys you have crush on, they have to be drop dead gorgeous? No. There's just something about him that I thought I was attracted to.
Steve Harris.
His
brother was in The Practice.
No.
I mean, not The Practice. His brother was in The Wire.
The Wire. I didn't know that.
Yeah, look here.
Show me his brother in The Wire.
Do you know him? He's been in other stuff too.
I didn't even know he had a brother that acts.
He was the main guy in The Wire with Idris.
Oh, okay, and we all had crushes on Idris.
What'd I say his name
back
was?
In the day, I'm telling my age, but back in the day, it was, of course, Billy D. Williams, Jim Brown, Fred Williamson.
Here he is, Wood Harris. Have you seen his brother before?
I didn't know that was his
brother. That's his brother.
Oh my God.
Yes.
They both are actors.
That's his brother. He was in The Wire.
I didn't know that.
And he's been in other stuff.
I've seen him in other stuff.
Yes.
Now I know they're brothers.
That's his brother.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
But yeah, I had some weird crushes.
Yeah, you did like him, that bubblehead man.
I did like that bubblehead man. When he was in The Practice. Now, I didn't like him, of course, in
The Family that Diary of Angry Black. He was horrible.
Oh.
But yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
I don't think I got time to do these other stories.
Yeah, go right to
Dang, I go past. I don't have time. I go right.
Right to Donkey.
We stay on so long on one thing. Okay. We'll bring them up another day. You gonna bring them up, put them up for the next day?
Mm-hmm.
You always want to know, should have weird this out, who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see. Anybody say anything? Oh, no, she said good taste. Okay. Jack in the Box shooting in Houston. Employee shoots at the family over curly fries video. Videos released. So apparently this family pulls up.
Oh my goodness.
And they ordered their Jack in the Box. And the lady.
They still have those places.
Yeah, Jack in the Box.
I know Chicago has a few.
And apparently the guy, the family guy, his whole family's in the car. Kids and everybody.
Oh my.
He gets to arguing with the lady at the thing. And say, you forgot my curly fries.
Oh my.
Well, then they start going back and forth over the curly fries and they didn't forget them or whatever and stuff like that. So then they start arguing and it escalates where they're just bickering, arguing back and forth, back and forth. Well, the lady goes and gets her gun, the drive-through lady.
I see her on camera right now.
Goes and gets her. Did you use the one I had from here? Or you got another picture?
New one.
Oh, see, if you would have had this one, I would have showed the video. So anyway, law enforcement released a surveillance video showing the incident in the Jack in Box employee. It happened on this was 2021, near Bush Intercontinental Airport. Anthony Ramos in Florida picked up his pregnant wife and 6-year-old daughter from the airport.
So they witnessed this.
Ramos was working in Houston after the 2021 freeze. They proceeded to Jack in the Box and went through the drive-through window when they were greeted by this lady, Miss Ford, Alonia Ford. Mm-hmm. Many may recall this incident where they became embroiled in a dispute with the employee over a missing order of curly fries. For the first time, we are unveiling the video detailing how this happened. That's why it's brought up again. Mm-hmm. Upon receiving his food, Ramos asked for the missing item, but was denied. This essentially set the stage for what followed. In the video, it shows Ramos in his red pickup truck engaging in a verbal exchange with Ford. She momentarily leaves the frame, only to return, reuniting the dispute. This prolonged for approximately 9 minutes before tensions escalated. The second time she leaves the drive-through window, camera footage shows her taking a firearm from her pocket, then putting it back. Another Jack in the Box employee intervenes in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. However, Ford returns to continue her dispute with Ramos. She began tossing ketchup packets at him. Ramos retaliates by throwing items back at her. But the other employee closes and locks the drive-thru window. This is when the video shows Ford unlocking the window and pulling out her firearm. She fired several shots while he sped away. Fortunately, none of the bullets hit the vehicle and no one was injured. Ford was convicted of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Recent documents reveal that her probation concluded in June of 2023. So she's okay now, I guess. Her probation went up until now.
What is wrong with her?
Somebody said Jack in the Box needs to do background checks on employees so as not to expose their customers to someone who would attempt to kill them.
What if she would have shot him and killed him? And then how they let them bring weapons to work?
She brought a
She could.
They don't have a metal detector.
The sad thing, she can get mad at her manager for not giving her her check.
And the person tried to de-escalate it, the other employee, by locking the window, which means she went out of her way to open the window back up and shoot at him.
She was on a mission. Remember, she was putting it together, preparing it.
Emerald says, it's just fries. Just give them some G's. Why didn't she want to just give them the curly fries?
Serious issues. I know dude must have really made her mad. But for you to go grab a weapon, and then what? You would have taken his life in front of his family.
Took all of them. She could have shot the kids.
What's wrong with her?
And shot the pregnant wife.
It's time to go. You need to go on to prison.
They didn't. She out of probation.
Well, hopefully she learned her lesson.
All right, that was it. So we have other stories. We'll talk about them tomorrow. Remind me to bring up the Amazon is being sued, y'all. And
they
also,
got a lot of money. They can pay.
And that guy with the Alabama brawl,
he has an update. There's an update. Oh, wow. We definitely should.
The guy that tossed his hat up.
Girl, we could have did that before the Chloe story.
I wanted to talk about
that
Chloe.
Was good.
I did that for Emerald because she loved Michael B. Jordan so much.
I want to hear the update on that.
William says some folks act like they own the joint. Yeah. I think she has some mental issues.
But even that's beyond owning the joint.
Yeah.
That woman has some mental
Emerald
problems.
says, have a good night, everyone. Yeah, guys. So tomorrow, I have to remember to talk about Amazon and that dock worker, the Alabama brawl again.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. Oh, and then that other one that I keep forgetting, that case with the black women who discrimination that y'all probably heard about that story.
They were on The View.
They were? Mm-hmm. Okay.
She was on The View.
About them.
With Crump as her lawyer.
They help, Benjamin Crump. They help black women in business start their businesses. And they being sued because somebody saying they reverse discrimination. But anyway, don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. Mm-hmm. The link is in the description and the book is on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.